So it's possible, yeah, that it could be just the stone tape theory, you know, that this huge tragic event that happened, you know, during the world, you know, during the war, has caused this event to take place.
Why have so many deaths occurred near these bottomless pits? What are these massive holes that seem to sink into the core of Earth itself? Why are ghost planes seen flying around these ominous pits? And what is the secret underwater village within this reservoir? Keep watching and all will be revealed.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy Andrew, Proven Demons, and today I'm about to take you on a little adventure. One filled with hauntedness, one full of mystery, and one that is just a damn interesting place to go to, honestly. I was actually inspired to go to this location because of one of Nightscape's recent videos where he went to Lady Bower's Reservoir.
He went the wrong way.
Are you f***ing kidding me? The thing that interests me about this location, though, not only is it a cool explore, but it's got a lot of haunted history, something that I want to cover. Right now, we're actually headed to go do an interview with a local who knows a lot about the history here in South Yorkshire. As well, he is a good friend of mine, and I know a lot of you guys probably know him if you follow the channel. But he's going to tell us a little bit more about the haunted history, the ghost planes, the mysteriously sunken city, and overall, just some cool facts about this place before we go and check it out ourselves.
You already know me, my name is Simon and my channel is Ghost Raiders on YouTube. I've lived in the Barnsley / Sheffield area of South Yorkshire all my life, so I know the area quite well. The hauntings of the ghost plane, there's been a couple of sightings that I know about. The first one that was documented, a husband and wife team, they were out in the Lady Bower area and they heard the plane and saw it come down, and they actually rung the police to see, you know, if they could get the police to come out, and the police did some checks and found that there were no planes actually in that area that night. To call the police, it's got to look realistic, you know. I mean, if you look up into the air and you don't see a plane but you hear the noise, I mean, this plane was coming down, you know, it was crashing, so it can't have been really high up in the sky, it's got to have been low. The second sighting was in, I believe, 1955. It was a bloke walking his dog. He'd gone to Hope in the Peak District, and he was stopping in the caravan park there. He took his dog for a walk, and this is actually reported, it's documented because he rung the paper. He looked up, and roughly 60 to 70 feet above his head he saw a plane coming down and crashed in the field. He didn't ring the police, he rung the paper but he didn't ring the police. And not long after, apparently there's been a couple of plaques placed there to commemorate an air disaster that did actually happen there during the war.
Funny enough, I did a bit of reading into it, right? From my understanding was the sightings actually happened after the plaque was erected, and apparently in those mountains there was actually about 50 planes that had crashed over the course of World War II.
Yeah, all different variations of planes have come down over there. It's quite hilly. It's the Peak District, hence the name Peak. 200 to 300 servicemen, I believe, lost their lives in plane crashes in and around the Peak District area. Tragic events in someone's life are said to bring hauntings on. A physical plane, though, is a new one. It's something that I've wanted to have a look at and, you know, delve into myself, see if there's any truth in the stories that I've read. I've heard of the stone tape theory, and I've heard of one instance with the stone tape theory with a battle where it's like a recording. They don't see you, you know, you can see them, but they don't see you. They're just reenacting the battle that they fought and died in. They've obviously got the swords with them, they've got the armament with them. So it's possible, yeah, that it could be just the stone tape theory, you know, that this huge tragic event that happened, you know, during the war, has caused this event to take place. There's 2 towns underwater. There's Derwent, which is one of the reservoirs is named after, and then there's Ashopton. Most of it's been destroyed, most of it was flattened. The church steeple has been visible a few times in drought seasons. I think that's now actually gone. Most of the sort of base structures of the buildings are there, but it has to be a high drought season before you can start seeing things.
We're currently standing at Lady Bowen's Reservoir, a location steeped in incredible history. Back in the day when the water level lowered, you could actually see the church steeple still sticking out of this reservoir. Later years, the Royal Air Force used this reservoir to test a new weapon known as the bouncing bomb. Basically, the idea was to have a bomb that when dropped from the air could skip across the water and hit its target. In the mid-90s, after a memorial was resurrected in honor of the 50 planes that all crashed in these mountains in World War II, several people claimed to have seen ghost planes flying over this reservoir, saying that sometimes they could hear the sound of them going by, but absolutely no plane, and other times they could see the plane and absolutely no sound as it just disappeared before them in the sky. Though nowadays, the village underneath the water is so ruined that it doesn't even appear anymore when the water level gets low. But just knowing that a ghost city is still here is quite eerie. As well, I wanted to show you this. So that drainage outlet lets down all the way down there. From what I can see, that's probably an easy 50 meter to between 50 and 100 meter drop, maybe not a whole 100 meters. I can see we're not technically allowed down there, but you know, when's that ever stopped us, am I right? You know, oddly enough, I was just talking about the ghost flyers, and look, do you hear that? I don't see anything in the sky. It's probably behind a cloud, but still really ominous knowing all the sightings that happened here. It's honestly crazy to think that over 50 planes have crashed in these mountains. That's a lot of deaths. It's almost like these mountains are cursed. I'll be honest, I don't think I'm supposed to be back here. I don't know. There's a locked fence I just had to climb. But I really wanted to see all this. Oh, that's so cool. I mean, it's not heavily guarded. I don't even see people. But this is where it drains out. Dry as a bone, actually. It's really neat. Cool. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's definitely where it drains out. The first one somewhere right about there. So if you fall in, holy crap, I just heard my echo. Wow. It's really neat. Funny enough, one thing else I feel like I have to do before we go. I was watching Nightscape's last video, and I believe this is one of their buddies from the other day who left their hoodie here. I saw them toss it, and it's been here since. And just to complete this, I'm gonna hop over and get that real quick.
I just tried to throw my jumper up to Ollie. Ah!
Got it.
Woo. Ew.
Alright, set it on the ground. Let's see. Oh snap. Do we have some original Nightscape merch that we got to keep?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's pretty dope.
It's got loads of bugs on it, but okay.
Yeah, nothing a good wash won't clean up. We're keeping it.
Or you can have it back
If you want, yeah. Nightscape crew, if you're watching and you want your jumper back, just send me. I'll wash it for you. Send me a message, Reet. All right. Naturally, the last thing I want to do before we leave the spot is throw a rock down the massive hole to nowhere. Just curious how deep it is. Maybe we can hear it land. That was a far land, isn't it? Alright, let's wait for this car to pass by. We'll do that again. That's deep. I'm going to lob this last one. Just one more. That's a deep drop. That's a really deep drop. Alright, so that was quite an interesting adventure, to be honest. I wasn't expecting to end up finding Nightscape's hoodie. Like I said, bro, if you want that back, go ahead and shoot me a DM or something. Leave a comment in the video, whatever it takes. I did tag you on Instagram as well. Let me know. Other than that, that was a cool hole. I need to go back there when the water level is lowered. I did, as you see, go down to the lower part to see if I could get in, but the ladder had some serious locks on it. The water level was just way too high for us to get in. But regardless, that was neat, and I'm honestly glad that we got to check it out, you know? I find it cool that a location I was inspired to check out by Nightscape, I just so happened to find this hoodie chilling there to grab. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice one. I'm going to wash it up. If you don't want it back, I'll keep it, but either way. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe. We got ghost hunts all the time, crazy adventures all the time. Also, I want you to smash that like button, leave a comment down below. Make sure Nightscape finds out that I have this hoodie. And other than that, I'll end it as we always do, driving through this beautiful South Yorkshire countryside. Do you believe yet?